Once, there were 9 planets in our solar system, and then there were 8. But what happened to the 9th, Pluto, is not just a story about science. It's a story about love, loss, controversy, and a man who became the face of it all, Neil deGrasse Tyson. This isn't just about a tiny world on the edge of the solar system. It's about how one decision shook millions, and how Pluto, the planet with a heart, still whispers to us from the dark. Get ready for an emotional journey through discovery, debate, and the quiet beauty of a lonely world. This is the story of Pluto. In the quiet halls of the Hayden Planetarium in New York, a man once stood before a model of the solar system, calm, confident, and ready to say something that would shake the hearts of millions. His name? Neil deGrasse Tyson, a brilliant astrophysicist, a captivating communicator, and a man who would, unintentionally, become the symbol of Pluto's downfall. But let's not start with the heartbreak. Let's go back, way back, to the beginning of Pluto's journey. Chapter 1. A discovery in the silence of space. The year was 1930. The Great Depression loomed over the world. Radios crackled with distant news, and people looked to the stars for wonder and hope. In Arizona, a young and determined astronomer named Clyde Tombaugh was working late into the cold desert nights. At Lowell Observatory, he was given a seemingly impossible task: find the mysterious Planet X, a theoretical body thought to exist beyond Neptune. Night after night, Tombaugh scanned the skies with photographic plates, comparing each pair to detect any subtle movements. And then, on February 18, 1930, he found it. A tiny dot, a flicker, a celestial body slowly moving against the tapestry of still stars. He had done it. He had discovered a new world. Soon, the world celebrated this new planet. An 11-year-old girl from England, Venetia Burney, suggested the name Pluto, after the Roman god of the underworld, fitting for a cold, distant, and shadowed world. The name stuck, and a symbol was created, PL, honoring both the planet and Percival Lowell, the astronomer who had long believed in its existence. Pluto wasn't just another object in the sky. It became a part of us, a symbol of mystery, a promise that the universe still held secrets waiting to be uncovered. Chapter 2. The Golden Years of a Tiny Giant. For decades, Pluto lived happily in our textbooks, our imaginations, and our hearts. Generations of schoolchildren grew up reciting the 9 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. It was the little guy, the underdog of the solar system, small, far away, and misunderstood, but still ours. But as our technology advanced, so did our understanding. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, new discoveries challenged what we thought we knew. Astronomers began to find more objects in Pluto's neighborhood, icy bodies in what's called the Kuiper belt, far beyond Neptune. One of them, Eris, discovered in 2005, was almost the same size as Pluto, perhaps even slightly larger. Suddenly, a question arose. If Pluto is a planet, then shouldn't Eris be one too? And what about the dozens, maybe hundreds, of other similar bodies? That's when the debate truly began. Chapter 3. The Man Who Sparked the Storm. Neil deGrasse Tyson had long been fascinated with Pluto, not because he hated it, but because he knew its classification was complicated. As the director of the Hayden Planetarium, Tyson made a bold move in the early 2000s. In the museum's solar system display, Pluto wasn't listed with the main planets. Instead, it was placed with other icy bodies of the Kuiper belt. The reaction was explosive. Letters poured in, especially from children. "Why did you kill Pluto?" one wrote. Another simply said, "Pluto was my favorite planet." "You're mean." Tyson didn't back down. He responded with compassion but also with reason. "This isn't about what we want Pluto to be," he said. "It's about what Pluto is." Then, in 2006, the International Astronomical Union (IAU) made the decision official. They redefined what it means to be a planet. 1. It must orbit the Sun. 2. It must be spherical due to its own gravity. 3. It must have cleared its orbital path of other debris. Pluto met the first two but not the third. And just like that, after 76 years, Pluto was no longer the ninth planet. It had been reclassified as a dwarf planet. The world reacted like it had lost a friend. Chapter 4. A universe of emotions. The decision hurt. Not just scientifically, but emotionally. People didn't just love Pluto because it was a planet. They loved what it represented. A distant, cold, tiny world that still earned a spot among the giants. Felt like betrayal. Like childhood memories were being rewritten. Neil deGrasse Tyson became the face of the movement, unfairly blamed, sometimes even hated. But he didn't shy away. He appeared on talk shows, in documentaries, and wrote about the controversy with both clarity and empathy. Science is not a democracy, he said. We don't vote on what's true. We learn, we observe, and we refine our understanding. And Pluto? It didn't vanish. It didn't complain. It simply kept orbiting, silently, proudly, as mysterious as ever. Chapter 5. A Heart Revealed. In 2015, something magical happened. NASA's New Horizons mission, launched 9 years earlier, finally reached Pluto. It was humanity's first close encounter with the world we had demoted. What it revealed took everyone's breath away. There it was, a world with mountains made of ice, smooth plains of nitrogen, and a giant heart-shaped region across its surface. Like it had waited all these years just to show us how beautiful it truly was. The images were stunning, emotional, powerful. Pluto wasn't dead. It was alive. Not in the biological sense, but in the way it captured our imagination all over again. Even Neil deGrasse Tyson, ever the scientist, looked at the images with wonder. I never said Pluto wasn't interesting, he reminded us with a smile. I said it wasn't a planet. But maybe, just maybe, it was something more than that. Final chapter. The planet of our hearts. Today, Pluto remains one of the most studied dwarf planets in our solar system. It orbits in the Kuiper belt, far from the warmth of the sun, with its 5 known moons, the largest of which, Charon, is almost half its size. It may no longer be a planet, but it is far from forgotten. And Neil deGrasse Tyson? He continues to inspire millions, not because he took Pluto away, but because he had the courage to stand by science, even when it hurt. He teaches us that truth evolves, that the universe is not here to obey our feelings, that sometimes what we lose in name we gain in knowledge. Closing message. Pluto's story isn't just about astronomy. It's about love, loss, change, and rediscovery. It's about accepting that science, like life, doesn't always give us what we want, but it always offers us something deeper, something richer. So maybe Pluto isn't the 9th planet anymore. But in every child who looks up at the stars, in every person who still whispers its name with fondness, and in every beating heart that felt a little heavier in 2006, Pluto will always be a planet. At least the planet of our hearts.